Today we got two big time AoE assault rifles going at it that we're going to be talking about today. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Obviously, one of them is going to be none other than the Soulrender here. The Soulrender, right? When we're talking some of the best like assault rifles in the game. The Soulrender, I like to call it Skull Rifle, you know what I'm saying? This thing is an absolute menace. When you're looking at its face value, it doesn't look all that impressive, you know, 15,000 base damage. No extra weapon damage on the car, nothing like that. But the big strong part of the Soulrender, dude, the skulls that the Soulrender shoots out are absolutely destructive, dude. They put in work, absolute work. They get mayhem scaling. They also, I believe they do get the URAD effect as well, because we're running both of the assault rifles that we're using today. They both have URAD, right? Speaking of both the assault rifles, let's talk about the Kaos, right? So the Kaos, the other weapon we're talking about here today, is it's a base game weapon, so you don't need any DLC. That's the difference between the two, obviously. You know, one's a DLC weapon, one's not. The Kaos is relatively, it's relatively strong. It's got some few buffs over the over time and stuff like that, so it's relatively strong. But the main thing about the Kaos that makes it really good, especially when you're mobbing, is that whenever you kill an enemy, they create a pretty decently sized explosion. And obviously, we're on modes, we're getting TCP and stuff like that. It's very helpful to just like clear a big burst of mobs that's relatively close together. It's very, very powerful, very good as well. We are running a Cryo Kaos for that matter, dude. Cryo Kaos with the URAD, yeah, that slaps. Both of them we're running URAD. Our setup is that we're actually not running a Blastmaster or a Minesweeper nor Green Monster, nothing like that. We're actually running a Bloodletter. We got the Bloodletter with weapon crit, splash, and weapon damage. It's got 3 into Desperate Measures, and then 2 in the Thin Red Line, which is pretty nice. We're also running a Transformer, a Pearl, and a CMT. And we're running a double capstone. Actually, no, we're not running double capstone. We're running pretty deep into the Shield Retribution tree to get 6 out of 3 Desperate Measures. We're running Capstone and the Demolition Woman, Big Surplus, and then just a little bit of Bottomless Mags all the way to max Scorching RPMs. So yeah, there we go. So now, I felt that Soulrender has been pretty strong almost the entire way through. I've used this thing consistently. I've made a good amount of videos on it, and I've liked it a lot almost the entire time I've used it. And I know a lot of people in the community generally like the Soulrender, dude. Soulrender is great. If you don't have DLC 2, that does stink, you know what I'm saying? Because Soulrender is honestly one of the better weapons for me. Talking about DLC 2, I'm digressing. Soulrender is really, really good. Anyways, Kaos, right? So I've used the Kaos a little bit, not nearly as much as the Soulrender, but I've used it in a good amount of videos. I'm pretty sure I've given it some takedown at this point. I've done like a couple showcases on it. I did have it in a couple builds, and overall, the Kaos with the URAD, especially a Cryo Kaos, is very, very, very nice. You know, you're gonna be inflicting Cryo, you're gonna be inflicting URAD, and the explosions from this thing are pretty deadly, man. They're pretty strong. The max size is relatively low. I mean, they're both all assault rifles, so they're not going to be the most insanely high, you know what I'm saying? They both sit at 24. The Kaos sits at just around 20k per pellet, and Soulrender sits about 15,600. We don't have any weapon damage extra added on the card on either of them. The Kaos has 21% weapon fire rate and then 35% accuracy, and the Soulrender just has 39% accuracy, 27 fire rate, and then 15% reload speed. Nothing too crazy, and they still put in absolute work, as you can see here, even in Mayhem 11, stuff like that. I mean, keep in mind, we are running Moes, you know, Moes do be putting in that work, you know what I'm trying to tell you, big dog. But yeah, you know, you really like to see it. For me, obviously, I feel like for most people that have the DLC, they're gonna probably tell you that they like the Soulrender just a little bit more. For me, dude, I gotta give it up, man. The Soulrender, it's noticeably a little bit better than the Kaos, dude. Now, obviously, it is due in part that it is like, you know, a DLC weapon and stuff like that, which does play a part in it, because generally they want the DLC weapons to be a little bit stronger than the base game weapons, just how things go and stuff like that. Now, for me, whenever I'm going to farm them, the Kaos, you can go ahead and farm the Psychobillies. They're like over in the Ambermire. Which is very nice, very useful. Kaos can also be a world drop weapon, but if you want to go farm the dedicated drop, you go hit the Psychobillies on Ambermire, on Eden 6. Very easy to go ahead and hit them. Now for me, when I'm like to go farm a Soulrender, I like to just go farm the two twins, Tom and Zam, over in the Heart's Desire, obviously on Necrodefeo. Farming them is just very easy and consistent. Very easy. You can get runs in very fast, very easily, for sure. Now, with all that being said, if you don't have DLC 2, the Kaos is a very strong, formidable assault rifle for the base game. It puts in work. The explosions that it creates whenever you kill enemies is very noticeable and does make a difference. But the only thing though is that the Kaos is just not nearly as good at bossing as the Soulrender is, because the Soulrender, the skulls just come out. Whenever you're shooting, the skulls just shoot out. You know, you don't have to get a kill, you don't have to get a crit, you don't have to do anything like that. They just naturally flow out, and they hit like a fucking freight train, dude. The skulls just don't play any games. Whereas the Kaos, you know what I'm saying, you have to get kills in order for the explosions to go off. So when you're gonna see, like, obviously when I'm fighting Wotan and stuff like that with the Kaos, you notice the kill's a little bit slower versus the Soulrender, where it just douses them casually. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, though, guys, that is going to just about wrap up the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the weapons down below. What do you like more, the Soulrender or the Kaos? I'd assume most people that had DLC 2 are probably going to say they like the Soulrender more than the Kaos, just because it's, especially for bossing, noticeably better than the Kaos. Other than that, though, guys, hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all new around here, please do consider subscribing. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, trying to hit that by the end of the year. So if you like daily content like Borderlands, please consider subscribing. Anyways, with all that stuff being said out the way, hope y'all enjoyed. My name's Kree, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.
Me